What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of KMS Reloaded, filmed on location in the beautiful Maine wilderness. I haven't done this in a little while. I've recorded me just saying hello about 15 times already, so I am a little rusty, so hopefully this won't be too much of a train wreck. It's going to be about Mick and Justin's little fight, little tiff, so let's jump right in. So last night I was, fucking mosquitoes, man. Jesus Christ. I've been, can you catch smallpox from, what is it, monkeypox? Is that only caught in a gay bathhouse? Can mosquitoes give that to you? Anyway, so I started taking notes and cutting up the clips for today's episode last night. And obviously the theme from pretty much everyone in KMS is that, you know, kind of Mick's overreacting and that he's just fucking crazy and he's blowing his chance, which I get and I agree with to some extent. But, like, to show you just for a crazy person how easy it is to, like, fucking lose your mind, I listened to the shows live. I thought they were great. You know, I didn't really have a dog in the fight. I'm always sympathetic towards Mick. I'm a Mick guy. And as I'm taking notes and cutting up the clips, I started to fucking hate Justin. And like, my notes are usually for the show, I just try to tell myself where I am in between the cuts. So like one of them is like, for today's episode, Kirk talks about Alex Bennett's kid. And like my notes last night were like, fucking Justin sucks. Like, I hate Justin. He's a loser. Just these awful notes that didn't really, wouldn't really help me in filming today's episode. I don't know why I'm sharing that with you guys, but I just wanted to say, like, it's just an insight as to how quickly someone can just lose their fucking mind. I woke up this morning and before I came out here, I'm just reviewing my notes. I'm like laughing to myself, like, why would it be beneficial for the KMS Reloaded for you guys to know my paragraph-long diatribe I wrote in my iPhone notes app about how the time I said hi to Justin and he didn't say hi to me? So yeah, I just bring that up just to show you how easy it is to fucking become a psychopath in the moment. I like Justin. I think he's wrong, mostly in this specific scenario. And we'll kind of dive into that in a few minutes. So I'll stop my fucking rambling and we'll dive right in. So after Justin gets his microphone working correctly, which why wasn't that done before the show, especially when there's like 4 people in studio, who the fuck knows? So eventually Justin gets his microphone working, and as always, the crux of many issues on KMS is Blind Mike. Blind Mike was the chaperone of the trip. He was kind of the dad of the trip. And fucking daddy failed. And daddy takes some fucking ricochets right here.
I mean, you are literally the worst marriage counselor who ever existed.
Come on, guys. We're all having fun, right?
Is there a worsehelp.com where people just go to Mike to ruin their relationships?
I meant it. On the ride there, we were thick as thieves.
It's always, always, always Blind Mike's fault. Blind Mike was the rock that was supposed to hold this family together. And just like his dad, he fucking abandoned his children. I mean, that's really what it is. He just fucking left them to the wolves. And look at what we got now. Fucking chaos. No producer, no second producer, whatever. It's a madhouse. But the show, of course, really starts to get going when Justin calls Mick.
Is there a reason is there a specific reason or something? Because I don't know if you've been watching the show.
Yeah, definitely have a reason.
What's that?
Mainly, I have no interest in working with Justin at all.
Why are you not here today? Why are you not here today, Mick?
I'd literally rather work with Bin Laden, so I'm all set there.
And it starts off, relatively calm, but very quickly.
Let me ask you this, Kurt.
Sure, go ahead.
When you're reading those comments, I'm not saying it's the most malicious thing, but you're doing it for one reason and one reason only, to piss me off.
Go ahead, Justin.
The comments, I was reading every single comment.
Well, actually, there were comments he didn't read, right?
Yes, there were comments I did not read.
Did you think there was comments that I didn't read on purpose as well?
I guess. And also, I read a comment. You said, hey, I don't like questions about my ex-girlfriend. It was a very mild
Do I
question.
even need to say that?
Yes, you do, Mick. It's called fucking communication. Be an adult. Communicate.
Really?
I can't
Are you
read
that- are you
your
that
fucking
fucking
mind.
stupid?
Yes,
Are you that fucking
yes,
stupid?
you talk about things on your show and this show.
You're a
I mentioned,
fucking retard.
I mentioned,
If you need to be
you're a
called that,
fucking,
you're a fucking retard.
yeah, Mick, I read a question.
Truly,
you said,
no,
I
Justin,
don't like,
if you
I
need to
don't like.
explain that to. If I need to explain it to you, you're a fucking idiot.
He obviously read that specifically to stick it up Mick's ass. I don't think he intended for this whole fucking craziness to happen. But of course he read that to bust Mick's balls. And Justin does this thing where whenever he's involved in a situation where he has some culpability in what's going on, whether it's 10% or 50%, whatever, he like overreacts and like, I didn't do anything wrong. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. And to me, when someone isn't at fault and when someone like doesn't really care what the other person thinks because they didn't do anything wrong, that's not how they act. A person acts like that when they kind of know they fucked up, but they're kind of defensive about the whole thing. It gets brought up how on some shows, if like on, for example, in this case, Mick's show, he brings up the fact that he had a girlfriend and they broke up and yada yada yada. We all know that, and because that gets brought up on his show and occasionally on this show, the conversation was that like that's fair game almost. That because it gets brought up, it's all of a sudden now always okay to talk about. And that's not really has ever been the case on KMS, at least in my opinion. There are numerous examples with numerous people of people just maybe bringing something up or touching on a subject on KMS, and then for whatever reason, you know, they don't like talking about it, whether it's a family member or whether, you know, whatever it is. So the idea that like, well, Mick brought up Jess, so like it's fucking open season now, it's fair game. I don't really agree with that. But again, at this point, to me, I would say Mick's overreacting, of course. Like I'm Team Justin. But then we have, in the next couple of clips, we have, in my opinion, one, and I'm not just saying this like to do a bit, I really believe this, one of the lowest moments that anybody has ever had on KMS, in my opinion. It is so fucking pathetic and so cringeworthy, some of the shit that he says in these next two cuts, starting with this one.
Mick was high during the trip. He was puffing a pen the entire time. He left Visine, a little red eye thing in the back of the car. It's no big deal. It's no big deal.
What? I have eye drops, so I'm high.
Yep, and you were hitting a pen the entire time too, but it's no big deal. I'm a fucking rat, so I'm gonna fucking rat you out there.
Not weed, Justin.
To me, that's a pretty fucking embarrassing thing to kind of fight back with, to punch back with, on like multiple levels. Just the way he looks when he says it, and he talks about this later on, where he knows it was a bad look for him, but it really is a fucking bad look. For a show about loyalty and consistency, which are kind of the themes of what KMS is, at least to me, he has neither. His job is to be a rat to Kirk. Now we learn that Justin is only a rat to Kirk when it behooves Justin, when it benefits Justin. He is going to take some of these things, he's going to file them away, not do what's expected of him and kind of tell Kirk what's going on. And he even admits that if any of this shit didn't blow up, that he wouldn't have brought some of this stuff up. Now, the Visine thing is bad. The vape thing, pen thing that he brought up is embarrassing. But to me, this next thing this is the worst. Like, this is the lowest of the low. You can fucking take shots at someone's family. You can do all this fucking crazy shit that at the end of the day doesn't really matter because it's just words someone's fucking tossing at you on Twitter or talking shit to you on the show. To me, this next clip, this is different because this is like an action that you have to take. Like, you actually have to physically go out of your way to do this, what Justin's about to admit that he just did.
Yeah, he had a burner account on his phone that he made in January of 2024 when Coleman was suspended.
Go ahead.
When he went live on his phone, he had me log in on his phone, and I saw that he had a burner account. It was called like Dickens Coleman. It's been protected now, but he had a burner account.
Why wouldn't you tell me this before?
I'm loving this.
Because I just found out. I just found out about it on the weekend, and I didn't want to be a rat fuck.
On the weekend, you found out
over
From Coleman?
No, on the phone. Like, you can change profiles on your phone.
Yeah, you were on Mick's phone.
Yes.
To me, this is the takeaway from Thursday and Friday's show. This is like, to me, this is the big takeaway. And it just kind of gets glossed over. So we have a producer of KMS who, for all intents and purposes, is on a road trip with his co-producer, or whatever the fuck it's going to be called, Mick. They're doing a live stream. They've been working together now for days now. You'd like to think that there's a little bit of trust built up between the two, or between everybody involved. Mick goes to take his nappy nap, and he hands Justin his phone. Now, anyone watching this, I'm sure, knows, but in case you don't, what Justin did was, Justin takes Mick's phone, he opens up the Twitter app, he clicks on the drop-down menu, he scrolls down to switch accounts, he sees that Mick has a Coleman shit talk burner account, and it could end there. He could just, bring that up on the show on Thursday or whatever the fuck it is, or Monday, or whenever the hell it would come up. He can just bring it up. Oh yeah, Mick had a Coleman burner account. No, instead what he does, he clicks on the name to log Mick out of his account. He logs into the burner account, and I have a second account for that stupid Butcher's Bill podcast I never use, so I tested this to see if it's the case. When you log into another account, at least for me, it brought me to my For You page. In order for Justin to see when the account was created, he has to click another tab to go to the profile page, so then he can learn what year and what month the account was created. So it's not like Justin just happened to see it. He physically had to go through and look for it. The idea that Justin wouldn't then look at the DMs, I'm not saying he read everything, but the idea that he wouldn't go in someone's DMs at this point, or check the tweets, of course he fucking did. To me, that's the big takeaway of all this, is you have this betrayal of trust between Justin and Mick. Was it overboard at the beginning when Mick was mad about sitting in the fucking back seat or whatever? Yeah, that's fucking dumb. I sympathize with Mick, but yeah, it's fucking stupid. He went overboard. But when you look at this specific thing and you look at this cell phone thing, that is such a breach of trust. And I don't blame Mick one fucking second for being so goddamn pissed. It's what a fucking cunt thing to do for Justin. To log into someone's burner account and snoop on them. And then, the worst part about it is I'm going to file it away, not till the next show to tell Kirk. Not to be like, oh, you'll never guess what I saw, Kirk, start it off first thing. No, I'm going to file that away on you until I deem that it's worthy for me to tell Kirk. Complete no fucking loyalty to Kirk. Kirk brings this up, but he kind of just glosses over it. Oh, what a fucking asshole Justin can be.
Can I play the question that I
asked? He wants to play the question about his girlfriend.
No. There's no reason to.
What do you mean, play it like an audio question? What?
Yeah, why? No.
And Justin wants to air the cut. Justin wants to air the cut that started this whole snowball rolling down the hill. And, everyone else in the studio is like, no, you fucking idiot. No, don't play that. He's obviously overreacting, and it bothers him. So why would you just do that even more? You're supposed to be this innocent guy that didn't do anything wrong, but yet you're just fucking kicking this guy and stabbing him while he's down. Again, innocent people who didn't do anything wrong, they don't fucking act that way. They don't try to fucking kick people when they're down. If he was really the nice guy he tries to portray himself as, he wouldn't be pulling this type of shit. It's extremely selfish. Honest people don't fucking snoop. Honest, innocent people don't snoop and go through people's phones. That's basically it at the end of the day. Like, you know he read DMs. God only knows. Did he read text messages? It's like, where was the line for Justin there? I have no idea. And I probably wouldn't believe him now if he said he didn't anyway. I mean, he's definitely in like cover his ass mode. So like, who the fuck knows what he really did and what he would admit to. We're already on to tomorrow's episode. Holy shit. But yeah, it is like a Rico Bosco level of scum and villainy, to quote Star Wars. I'm kind of shocked that, like, I would expect a douchebag move like from Coleman or something like that. But to read another fucking man's phone, another person's phone, to read another person's phone, put it in your back pocket on the show about consistency and truth and loyalty, and only pull it out when it serves your own self-interest. Fucking mind-boggling that kind of wasn't the big takeaway from this whole thing. All right, so we're going to move on to Friday's episode. More Mick Madness, Mick Mania. So in between shows, we have the name show. There's some like Twitter beef going on. We got N-word allegations. We got fucking slave armies. You name it, we got it. And Kirk catches everyone up, in case you missed it.
So I finish the unnamed show, and I'm walking out, and Justin's like, I don't know what the fuck. You see this fucking thing? It's coming to fucking kick the shit out of him. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So did you say that, Justin? Yes or no?
Yes. Yeah. I said I'm going to go fucking murder this guy.
Yes.
Was he like cornering you?
He was just
Blocking
talking
the
to me, which after the show is very unusual. I'm like, get the fuck away from me. He's like, so Mick tweets out that yeah, please.
I can't be sure, but I thought I heard Justin mutter a racial slur or two during our car ride to North Dakota. Surprising? Not at all. We know the Trudells have a family history full of racism. I was once told his grandfather, Bubba Trudell, had an army of slaves. True story.
I mean, like, you do understand that's a joke. Like, your grandfather did not have slaves.
Yes,
like,
it's a terrible joke.
I know, but like, you can't get mad at that. That's just like a bad joke.
Mick like breaks Justin. Justin broke Mick, that's a given, but Mick breaks Justin too. It's like a fight, like a UFC fight where both fighters just fucking knock each other out at the same time. They've essentially just obliterated each other. Mutual assured destruction. And then we learn Mick is on his way. He's in the area, which smart on him to be in the area for Friday's show. And he's going to be coming in studio. So the guys, to try and kill some time, they bring up some other topics. And this has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But Alex Bennett, her troll farm, and her kid comes up. You know, her fucking goofball man comes up. And I like this, man, because Kirk just lit her ass up.
The only thing I know for sure is that
Or something like Snapchat, I guess.
that kid of hers will be sucking dick for crack by the time he's 4 years old, probably. I mean, that kid's got no chance. I mean, he might as well be a child actor.
All right, so now we are at the main event, which could, this is KMS. There is no way that this big main event, there's no way it's going to be a first-round knockout, or one of the fighters ain't going to make weight, or the fight's going to get canceled. There's no way that could happen in the KMS universe. There's no way this fight could be a letdown. But of course it is. But here it is, the showdown.
You really are.
You
You're
are
a fucking
the
idiot.
stupidest person in this world. The reason why you're quitting this show is because you saw yesterday that 90% of the people had my back. I've never had this much support.
Justin, you're the guy that
I've never
nobody
had
wants to
this
work
much-
with.
I've
now.
never had this much
You
support.
literally are the guy that nobody wants to work with. I'm glad you have the support, but to me, you're a piece of shit. Like, this is what happened. All you tried to do was sell me out and basically try to burn me.
I'm asking for an example here.
Bringing up the eye drops thing and the vape
This was
thing.
after you said embrace being a rat.
Right.
Embrace being a rat.
But I'm saying on the trip,
on the trip, how did I try to sell you out at all?
I'm saying you're the type of person that's going to take this information, right? This is who I think you are.
Okay,
You're going to
this
see me hitting a vape on the trip, and you're going to go, oh, okay, I got that. I'm going to bury that.
You shouldn't be doing that, Mick. That can't be good for the crows.
Sure. But anyways,
I'll mention it.
if I'm just hitting a vape at a rest stop, you're going to take that information, you're going to bury it, and you're going to try to use it against me at some point, because that's the type of kid you are.
It's what I love about KMS. Obviously, you could have expected some of this, what's about to happen, but I didn't. Like, to me, it's almost like watching a sport where you never really know what's going to happen. That's what KMS is. Just when you think you got it figured out, it fucking throws a curveball at you. And yes, obviously Mick is emotional. I get it. I don't blame Mick in this situation. I don't think he's 100% right, but I don't blame him. One of the things that I don't think Mick articulates really well, and I could just be making this up because I'm a Mick defender. I think Mick was irrationally upset about the comment and the backseat thing. And that is what initially caused him to get upset. I think what made Mick blow his top like a fucking Crohn's diarrhea volcano is that the stuff with the phone and the stuff like the going through the phone and the stuff with the Visine and the vape pen. That to me is what I think Mick didn't really articulate that well. That it kind of started off with this, and that after I heard all this other shit, that's when I was like, yo, go fuck yourself, dude. But because that's kind of what I think's going on with Mick. But he was so worked up. He's so emotional. Fucking dude does not look like physically well. Like he's probably got some Crohn's shit going on. And yeah, as quickly as it starts, it's over. Like it just, Mick gets up and fucking walks out. And I know the show put this clip out, but it's really good. Justin and John are the ones you're gonna want to be keeping an eye on in this clip. This is really good.
I get to see the real Justin during the trip.
Give me an example, please.
Justin, you're a piece of shit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, hang on, Mick. Don't take on Mick. Don't take Mick.
You fucking
Mick. Hang on, Mick. Mick, come back here. Come on, Mick. Don't do that, Mick.
Vagina.
Mick, don't do that. Come on back, Mick.
We should probably lock the door.
Pussy.
What a fucking show we all love. What a fucking insane show we all love. I don't know who's worse, honestly. Like, who's more fucking demented? Mick and Justin for freaking the fuck out and each of them doing their own stupid, crazy shit? Or all of us for, getting our rocks off watching this shit? There is nothing like this show, literally nothing like this podcast. It's like the fucking Roman Coliseum, with blood and sand. It's like a meat grinder. Only the strong survive, man. I love it. I fucking love this show. So then Mick leaves, of course, which some of you might have guessed coming. I did not see that coming. Mick gets up and leaves, and then we kind of get bad takes from around the room. I kind of don't agree with how people perceived this situation going down and kind of who was at fault and who was being irrational.
I feel bad for Mick. I think he's struggling with this.
He should get help somewhere. He literally should. He has self-destructive tendencies.
I agree.
That's the only good thing I'm going to say about him.
He's got to relax.
I can understand why Justin's mad at him, but I genuinely feel bad for him.
So I like Mick.
Seems like a kid struggling right now.
Yes, he's got to relax. He's just got to relax.
It's like, wow, guys, yes, obviously Mick is unwell. Obviously he's got something going on. Whether it's mental, physical, or a little bit of both. The dude definitely needs some fucking vitamin D. Like, Mick needs to fucking get some sun. That's a given. But the fact that no one in this room can kind of see Justin's side of it, I was kind of surprised to have. It's rare that everyone in a KMS room agrees on something. And they all pretty much did that. Mick was 100% overboard, and there's basically no culpability, no blame for fucking Justinian. Yeah, I don't agree. I just don't agree with that. I mean, look at the clip I just played where Justin is, the guy who didn't do anything wrong, who's the innocent party here, and when Mick gets up and leaves, Justin claims that Mick is the guy that needs help, psychological help. When Mick walks out in that clip, Justin, he's got his hands on his headphones, he stands up, "You're a fucking pussy! You're a fucking pussy!" He picks up his headphones, he stands up like he wants to fight this 100-pound, 5.5-foot tall dude. It's like, you need fucking help too, douchebag. It's like, not only do you need fucking Jenny Craig, you need fucking better help as well. I don't know. I agree that Mick overreacted, but Justin was a fucking snake. He was a snake rat fuck in this scenario. And that's pretty much it. The Mick era, at least for now, goes out with a whimper, not a bang. And I expect, like all of you, to see Mick back in the future. When? It could be tomorrow, it could be a year from now. I really don't know. I think of all the people that go on the show, or have their own shows, you know, go into the studio and guest host, or whatever the fuck they call it, guest or guest producer, co-producer. Mick, to me, is the only one I think that could really do this. Mick needs to find something that he truly loves, that he wants to sink, like you just pour himself into, whether it's a show or something media related, because I think he could really do this. But yeah, I don't know how to end this episode. This whole thing was fucking crazy.
I got this rat, this gnawing, key-eating fucking rat. And it brings up questions.